Hello everybody, my name is Mrs Walsh and I'm a teacher at the Livingston Road Primary Federation in Poole, and I'm here to teach you your second session of RE. Now, our theme at the moment is community, and we've been looking at how different religions show community and that sense of belonging in different ways. Last week we looked at special places, and this week we're looking at special symbols. Now for this session, all you're going to need is colouring pens or colouring pencils, pencils and paper, because we're just going to be doing some drawing. But other than that, you just need your lovely selves, and I am going to share our screen ready for our warm-up game now. Here we go. There we go here. So for our warm-up game today, there we go, it didn't work for a minute there, did it? For our warm-up game today, we're going to warm up our brains by seeing if you can think about what these symbols represent. So I've tried to pick symbols that you might know from your everyday life. So are you ready for the first symbol coming up now? What do you think this symbol represents? What one is that? Or is it making you hungry? Yes, of course, that's the McDonald's symbol, isn't it? Are you ready for your next symbol? Now, where might you have seen this symbol before? Maybe on something a little bit sporty? Yes, it's the Nike tick, isn't it? So it might be on some trainers, or you might have seen it on a t-shirt, or maybe on some football kits. Are you ready for your next symbol? What is that symbol? What does that mean? What have you seen this symbol on? Maybe a phone or a computer? Yes, it's the Apple symbol. Maybe you've seen a phone with that on, or a tablet with that on. And the next symbol, where have you seen that before? Yes, it means Superman, doesn't it? Have you seen it on the Superman's cape or on his suit? And also I saw some people change that recently and put NHS in the middle of it, because they've been superheroes lately for us, haven't they? Let's have a look at our next symbol. Now, where have you seen that symbol? This is a symbol you may have seen at school, or maybe in the library. Yes, it is the Penguin Publishers. So publishers are people that actually make the books. They're the people that pay for the books to be made and published and go out into the shops and libraries. And Penguin books, there are a lot of Penguin books, and they have this little symbol on them. So next time you're in your book corner or in a library or at home, see if you can see that symbol on some of your books. Where have you seen this symbol? Looks a bit like a mermaid, doesn't it, with the tail going up? But I don't think it's got anything to do with mermaids. It is Starbucks. So it is your coffee. Maybe your grown-ups go to Starbucks for a relaxing coffee now and again, and you have seen that symbol on Starbucks. Now, this is a really good one. You may have seen this one if you were learning about your rights and responsibilities as a child, which sometimes we teach in school. Do you know where that's from? Now, that is from an organisation called UNICEF, and they are an organisation that look after children, look after the rights of children all over the world. And that circle there represents the world. You can see it there, can't you? So often these images, they have meaning in them about what they represent. And the last one, another one to make us a bit hungry. Where have you seen that? Yes, it's Domino's Pizza. Oh, I'm feeling hungry now. So now that your brains are warmed up to symbols and what they mean, and we know that the shape of them or the color of them or the pictures within them will represent a meaning for them. And religions have lots of symbols, and there are lots of symbols within even one religion, but I've just picked out a few to look at today. So, do you know what religion this symbol is important to? Yes, it's the Christian religion. So this is the sign of the cross, the symbol of the cross, and it's really important to Christians because it reminds them of Jesus dying on the cross. And you will see them maybe on the outside of churches, you will see them on the front of the Christian special book, the Bible, and you may see them inside the churches as well. Now this symbol we looked at last session. Can you remember what it was called? That's right, it's called Om, or it's spelled A-U-M or O-M. Now it's also, the interesting thing about this symbol is it's also a sound. So it represents a sound, a bit like our letters. They represent a sound for us, and so does this symbol. So it represents a spiritual symbol in the Hindu religion, but it also represents a sound. And it is placed at the beginning of most Hindu texts. Do you remember those sacred texts called the Vedas or the Vedas? And it's uttered at the beginning of the reading of the Vedas and at the end, and also at the beginning of any prayer or mantra in the Hindu religion. So a very important symbol, and there's lots of, they show it in lots of ornate ways, and it is probably a symbol that is in some of the home temples as well, I think. Now, this symbol is very important to Muslims, and you might remember last week we saw it at the top of the mosques, so at the top of the dome of the mosques, and it's a common symbol related to the religion of Islam, and the 5-pointed star represents the 5 important things about Islam which are central to their faith, and the crescent moon, the moon, represents the greatness of the creator, so the greatness of the world, of how it was created. And you can see too there on the top of mosques. Now this symbol is an important symbol for the Jewish faith, and it is the star, or it's sometimes called the shield of David. Now this wasn't always a Jewish symbol, it was a symbol of other things, and the Jewish people adopted it, I think, at a certain point in time. And it is 2 equilateral triangles, so 2 triangles with sides that are the same length, overlaid to form a 6-pointed star. And you will find this symbol within the special place for Jewish people, which is a synagogue. So we've had the star or shield of David, the 5-pointed star and the crescent moon. If I go back, this one. We've had Om, and we've had the cross. All very important symbols for these religions. Now, there are lots of symbols used in different religions, and these are just a few. And they show what is important to them. So let's take a look at some symbols that might be important to some organisations for you. So let's have a look at the symbols I've found that might be important in your life. Now, you may have a religious symbol that is important in your life, and maybe it would be nice after this session to go to a grown-up and maybe discuss what that symbol means if you are in a religious faith with a special religious symbol. But here are some symbols that you may also recognise. So the first one says NHS. Now, what does that stand for? Do you know? Yes, the National Health Service. So those are our doctors, our nurses, our paramedics, our physiotherapists, all those people that help keep us healthy and fit. Now, I also put a logo there with the rainbow, because over recent times, the rainbow has become a bit of a symbol of saying thank you to the NHS. So you may have seen that symbol around a lot lately. What's the symbol underneath? What's the bear symbol mean? Does anyone know what that represents? It is Pudsey Bear. What does it represent? Yes, children in need, the charity Children in Need. Now, some of you at your schools, you may have done things to raise money for children in need, so you may well recognise Pudsey the bear and the symbol. Now, it's an easy way for people to recognise that if they see that symbol, that whatever it's connected to, it has something to do with that charity. So that's why people have symbols, to create that community, but also to symbolize and to show everybody what they're about. Now, these ones you might recognize, as you're all from schools within the Hamwick Trust. So here, this is a beautiful symbol. This is for the Southampton Hospital School. So hello, if you're at the Southampton Hospital School. And what a lovely symbol. Now, I'm sure that that symbol represents something from that school. So if you are there now, maybe it would be a good idea to say, what does that symbol mean? What does that represent for us? But lots of growing and multicoloured leaves there, beautiful symbol. And here we have Hollybrook Junior School, and they've got a slogan on their symbol, learning together, aiming high. And it looks like these circles at the top may represent the pupils, I don't know. But all of those shapes and symbols and colours will have some meaning to Hollybrook Junior School. Hello, Hollybrook Junior School, if you're watching. And here we have two figures holding hands from Westover Primary School. I think that might mean that they work really, really well together, and being together is really important for that school. But every symbol will have a meaning. So hello, Westover Primary School, if you're there. And here we have Bishop Aldham's Primary School. Now, this is a school in Poole, so I do know it well. So hello, anyone from Bishop Aldham's Primary School. But here is your emblem, and it is a crook or a staff from here, and that you are a Church of England school, aren't you? So I would think that this staff has some symbolism or meaning in the Christian faith for you. So hello, everybody from that school. Now, I've got my symbol here from the Livingston Road Primary Federation, and it's got our ethos, together we can, and we say together we can learn, laugh, dream and grow together. So hello, anyone from the Livingston Road Primary Federation. But we've got two trees there, and we have a junior school and an infant school. So that represents us coming together as one federation, and all that's between us is a tiny little pathway. So you've got that little road linking us together as a federation. So that's the meaning of our logo. And we have loads and loads of trees in our environment, and growing together is a really important part of our ethos. So maybe if you have got an emblem on your school jumper and you don't know what it means, it might be worth asking one of your teachers, what does this symbol mean for my school? Because symbols usually have a meaning, and they're a way of everybody wearing them and showing that community and that belonging. Now, the task today is to design a symbol that represents your family. Now, I want you to think really carefully about what shapes might represent your family, or what interests you have, what colours you might use. So shapes that you might think about using might be circles, because symbols are usually quite bold and simple shapes. Maybe circles because you work together or you are a unit together. Maybe hearts to symbolise love, or maybe hands sometimes appear quite a lot in symbols. Maybe people working together or caring for each other or helping each other. So think about the shapes that you might use. But also think about the interests in your family. So it may be that your family is really interested in playing games together. So you might want a symbol to represent that. It might be that your family do an activity together all the time, maybe cycling or cooking. It might be that you have certain members in your family and you want to represent them with figures or people. What values do your family believe in? Do your family believe in honesty or helping or looking after each other? And what symbols might you put in your symbol, in your family symbol, to represent that? So I want you to go away and have a go at drawing your symbol. I will have a go at drawing mine, and we'll get back together to see how you've represented your family's interests and your family's values in a symbol. Good luck. I'll see you here in a second. Right, welcome back. So, have you finished your symbol for your family? Have you got it in front of you now? Right, so what colours did you choose for your symbol? If I get my symbol out and show it here, I chose a pink heart for my family symbol because there's a lot of love that we feel in our family, and I thought it was represented by that colour. How about you? What colours did you choose? What were your family values and your family interests? How did you represent them? Can you point to something that shows what your family is interested in? I have chosen the C. I don't know whether you can see there. Let me come out of this stop sharing and then you can see. So I have put the C because we like to go to the beach and do some paddle boarding. I have put a dice because we like to play lots of games together. I've put a mixing bowl because we like to bake lots of things together. And I've put a big smile because we like to laugh together. What interests have you got in your family symbol? Wow, amazing. And what have you got on your symbol to represent the values in your family? How your family likes to live, what they believe is good, and how they like to behave. So I have put a big hand in my family because I think that we're all there to help each other and to support each other. And so I've represented that with a hand. So we've always got each other to hand to help. What have you put to represent your family values? Maybe it's a heart to show love. Maybe it's a hand like mine to show how you help each other. I hope you've enjoyed creating your family symbol. Why don't you go and share it with your grown-up and see if they can find out what it represents. Take care, and I'll see you again next session. Bye.